What if I told you that one man not only shortened World War II by 2 years, but also laid the foundation for every computer you've ever used? His name was Alan Turing, a genius mathematician, a codebreaker who outwitted the Nazis, and a pioneer of artificial intelligence. But Turing's life was not just about brilliant breakthroughs. It was a tale of secrecy, immense challenges, and ultimately, tragedy. In this video, we uncover the story of Alan Turing, the man who changed the course of history and whose legacy continues to shape our world. Alan Matheson Turing was born on June 23, 1912, in London, England. From an early age, his extraordinary intellect stood out. While other children were playing, young Alan was busy solving puzzles and conducting experiments, sometimes even building small machines from scratch. His parents, who valued education deeply, sent him to prestigious schools. However, Turing struggled to fit in due to his shy and introverted nature. He often found solace in science and mathematics, subjects that seemed to come naturally to him. A pivotal moment in Turing's early life was his friendship with Christopher Morcom, a schoolmate who shared his love for science. Christopher inspired Turing to dream big and delve deeper into his studies. Tragically, Christopher's untimely death left Alan heartbroken, but it also ignited a fire within him. He resolved to dedicate his life to solving complex problems, driven by the memory of his dear friend. Turing's brilliance earned him a place at King's College, Cambridge, where he excelled in mathematics. By his early 20s, he was already questioning the very nature of computation, a curiosity that would soon lead to groundbreaking discoveries. But Turing's journey was just beginning. Little did the world know, this quiet, determined man would soon change the course of history. In 1936, Alan Turing published a groundbreaking paper titled On Computable Numbers. In this work, he introduced the concept of what we now call the Turing Machine, a simple yet revolutionary idea that would become the foundation of modern computing. The Turing machine wasn't a physical device, but a thought experiment. Imagine a machine with an infinite strip of tape divided into squares. Each square could hold a symbol, like a 0 or 1. A red right head would move along the tape, reading symbols, writing new ones, or erasing them based on a set of predefined rules. What made the Turing machine so powerful was its ability to simulate any mathematical calculation. Turing proposed that this machine could perform any task a human mathematician could, provided the task could be broken down into simple steps. At its core, the Turing machine wasn't about hardware or technology. It was about the very essence of computation, what could and couldn't be calculated. This abstract idea laid the foundation for everything from the simplest calculators to the most advanced supercomputers. Turing had essentially created a blueprint for the modern digital age long before computers even existed. But at the time, few could grasp the significance of his work. For Alan Turing, however, it was just the beginning. His next challenge would push his genius to its limits and save millions of lives. During World War II, the Allied forces faced an almost impossible challenge: breaking the German military's Enigma code. This cipher was considered unbreakable, with billions of possible combinations that changed daily. Here's the video showing how the Enigma machine works.
It's a bit like a typewriter, a big clanky typewriter with a keyboard, and you type in your message, and out comes gibberish. You send the gibberish over the radio. At the other end, somebody's got one of these Enigma machines, one of these clanky typewriters. They type in the gibberish, and the real original message comes out. And the complexity of the machine guarantees you your privacy.
Show us the complexity of the machine.
You can see it does look just like a big old-fashioned typewriter. It's got a keyboard here, and the lamp board is up here. So that's where the gibberish appears, is at the top. And if we zoom in a little bit up to about here, if I type in the letter P, let's see what happens. The letter E lights up. So P is encrypted as an E. But what's really clever about the Enigma is if I type in an P again, a V lights up. If I type in P again, a Y lights up. So we have a random letter generator. The encryption doesn't seem to follow any kind of pattern. And if you want a good form of encryption, that's what you need, a kind of random letter generator. So where is this randomness coming from? Well, we can open up this machine here. So here's the lamp board, here's the keyboard. There are 26 wires coming out of the keyboard into the lamps. But before they go into the lamps, they go round the side through these 3 rotors here. And I can take these rotors out. So we can see here it's got 26 contacts. So the 26 wires from the keyboard go into the 26 contacts, and they come out at these contacts here and into those 26 contacts. But in the middle of this object, it's like spaghetti. So an A will go in at 12 o'clock, but it might come out as an F. It will go in here as an F, it might come out as a G, and so on. So the scrambled wiring inside these rotors is what leads to the encryption. But on its own, that's not enough. Scrambling is okay. Scrambling is simple. We can scramble without needing a machine. What the Enigma allows us to do, let me just set it up in a certain way. I've got it set up here, 21, 16, there we go, and 11. So if I do that same process again, if I hit P 3 times, I hit the P first time, the lamp lights up, but also you'll have seen that rotor moved. If that rotor moves, then the wiring goes in at a different junction. If it goes in at a different junction, it follows a different electrical path. If I type P again, you'll see the lamp light up, different lamp, but also the rotor will move. There we go. And it's this dynamism from the rotors that gives you the complicated encryption. And when that rotor's done a full revolution, it kicks the middle one. When that's done a full revolution, it kicks the end one. So it's like a mileometer on a car.
Cracking the Enigma was considered to be an impossible task. Even if you got the Enigma machine, it took so much time and effort to decrypt the message. In 1939, Turing joined the British codebreaking team at Bletchley Park. There, he began working on a way to outsmart the Enigma machine. Turing quickly realized that human effort alone could never keep up with the machine's complexity. He needed a faster, more systematic approach. And so Turing designed the bomb, an electromechanical device capable of rapidly testing multiple combinations to decipher Enigma's daily settings. It was a monumental breakthrough. By automating much of the code-breaking process, the bomb allowed the Allies to intercept and decode crucial German military communications. This achievement was nothing short of extraordinary. It is estimated that Turing's work shortened the war by at least 2 years, saving millions of lives in the process. However, Turing's contributions remained a tightly guarded secret for decades. His genius and relentless determination turned the tide of war, yet few knew his name at the time. But the war was only one chapter in Turing's story. After the victory, he turned his focus to another groundbreaking idea, the concept of intelligent machines. After the war, Alan Turing continued to push the boundaries of science and technology. He joined the National Physical Laboratory in London, where he began working on a revolutionary project, the Automatic Computing Engine, or ACE. The ACE was one of the first designs for a stored program computer, a machine capable of not just performing calculations, but also storing instructions. Although Turing's ambitious design wasn't fully realized at the time, it laid the groundwork for the computers we use today. But Turing wasn't just thinking about machines that could compute, he was envisioning machines that could think. In 1950, he published a paper titled Computing Machinery and Intelligence. In it, he posed a bold question: can machines think? This paper introduced the now famous Turing test, a way to measure a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from that of a human. This idea became the foundation of artificial intelligence, sparking debates and innovations that continue to this day. Turing's visionary ideas were far ahead of his time. He saw a future where machines could learn, adapt, and even solve problems creatively, a vision that still inspires scientists and engineers around the world. But while his mind was exploring the future, Turing's personal life was overshadowed by societal challenges. The struggles he faced would soon take a tragic turn, leaving a legacy that was both brilliant and bittersweet. While Alan Turing's mind was shaping the future, his personal life was marred by the societal prejudices of his time. Turing was a gay man living in a world where homosexuality was not just stigmatized, it was illegal. In 1952, Turing's private life came under public scrutiny when he reported a burglary at his home. During the investigation, his relationship with another man was revealed. Instead of support, Turing faced prosecution for gross indecency. He was given a grim choice: imprisonment or chemical castration through hormone therapy. Turing chose the latter, a decision that had devastating effects on his body and mind. The man who had saved millions during the war was now abandoned by the very society he had served. 2 years later, on June 7, 1954, Alan Turing was found dead in his home. A half-eaten apple was discovered by his bedside, and his death was ruled a suicide by cyanide poisoning. However, questions still linger. Was it truly suicide or an accident linked to his experiments with chemicals? Some even speculate darker motives, but the truth remains a mystery. Turing died in obscurity, his contributions unrecognized by the world at large. Yet his story is not one of defeat. It is a story of resilience and brilliance that transcended the challenges he faced. Decades later, the world began to acknowledge Turing's genius. In 2013, Queen Elizabeth II granted him a posthumous pardon.
At the request of the government, which described it as a fitting tribute to an exceptional man.
Today, Alan Turing stands as a symbol of innovation, courage, and the fight for justice. Today, we honor Alan Turing not just as a mathematician, codebreaker, and pioneer, but as a symbol of innovation and courage. His legacy lives on in the devices we use, the fields of study he inspired, and the ongoing fight for equality and understanding. As Turing once said, "We can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done." His words remind us to keep pushing boundaries, embrace diversity, and imagine a future that Turing himself would have been proud of. If you found Turing's story as inspiring as we have, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more untold stories of remarkable individuals. Let's continue to celebrate those who change the world, even when the world refuses to see them.